Welcome, villains, to episode 99 of Hit That Like Button and Subscribe. I'm just kidding. This is Rules of Villainy. Or am I kidding? Actually, you should do that. But I'm your host, Villain Vince, joined as always by my two co-hosts, Villainy Andy. Some might say the favorite or not favorite. You decide. And the mayor of Lorcana himself, Brad. How is it going tonight, gentlemen?
Feeling a little better. We're leaving the vote up to the people of who the favorite is. We all know it's me. But I don't think you stressed enough that we're on episode 99.
99!
We went
folks.
right over it. 99 episodes, guys. We're so close to 100.
I like and subscribe. Stop what you're doing right now. Like, subscribe. We got to get those numbers up. The numbers have been weak lately. We need to pump those numbers up. Hit that like button and hit that subscribe.
You don't understand. YouTube channels, they run on subscribes. So like if not enough people subscribe, we run out of subscribes to put in the YouTube arcade machine to keep this podcast going, and we're not allowed to keep upload. Every time we upload an episode to you, it costs so many subscribes, right? It's like in-game currency. And unfortunately we can't just take Vince's credit card and buy a bunch of these, Robux and
villain bucks.
Yeah, villain bucks and re-up on in-game currency, all right? We need the subscribes.
But here's the thing too. If you're already like, hey, I have already liked and I've already subscribed, what else can I do? Well, you can get your friends. You can get your friends to subscribe and like. But you know what you could also do is you can comment on the YouTube channel. And I'm just going to shout out right now. I'm going to shout out Jamie here. They commented on our last video and said, there is an LGS in walking distance from the venue, talking about Indianapolis, and they're holding a set champ that Sunday. So that's some good information. That Sunday.
That is actually really good information. I'm going to check that out. What I'm really wondering is, are there any set champs hosting their, or any stores hosting their set champs Friday night? We're talking like
that would be better. Yeah.
8 p.m. to 1 a.m. Let's do it.
8 p.m. to 1 a.m. Andy's trying to rerun that Stitch championship that he was there until like 3 in the morning.
Yeah. Let's run it back. We need to do because I need to fit in the Friday main event, like Friday pregame event thing, whatever you want to call it, tailgate event. And then load up on some tickets, right? Kirsten and I both, fingers crossed, can do pretty good in that event. Load up on some tickets. Then I wouldn't mind going to a set champs, trying to get me a Woody mat, because it does stink that they're the same weekend as the DLC. But then you're telling me Sunday, maybe I can go to a set champs. If I don't do well in the main event and there's nothing going on Sunday, maybe I can sneak on over to a set champs.
That's right. And I'll just say, here's the thing. It's like, so it was my birthday yesterday. When you're listening to it, it'll be a few days.
Happy birthday, Vince.
A big 4-0. And you know what I want for my birthday, folks? I want you to like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. That's what I want. That's what we need. We need to pump those numbers up.
We're going hard on this. We need 250 subscribers before next week's live show. Listen, we have to hit 1,000. It's got to happen in this 1 week time. That's unprecedented. You think we can never mind.
I was going to say,
can we do it
folks?
Naturally, please? Oh man. What a week, though. I can't wait for this upcoming week, man. What a journey we've been on. I can't wait to celebrate it with you guys. And if, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, and also, do you know, we're now in June. You know what that is? Pride Month, folks.
Happy Pride Month.
For everyone out there.
Yeah.
Here at Rules of Villainy, we do support the LGBTQ community.
Sure do.
Want to make sure we do that. But let's get into our underworld news. Andy, you want to take this first one? Because I think it's just down to you and your wife in Questlemania, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Questlemania hopes, Rules of Villainy, Questlemania Champs 2026. The dream continues. we have just received some assignments, some information. I will be going against none other than friend of the podcast, Enchanted Kim. And so the most glamorous gal in all of Lorcana. But you know what? I'm not worried. I'm not afraid. It's not a problem. There's no Illumineer I can't take down. I'll be good. So
I don't know. She's got a great promo. I could cut it for right now. Here, it's like 2 villains, 1 down, 1 to go.
Oh, she's gonna get you with pocket glitter, distract you.
Yeah. Yeah. It's in my eye.
And I hope I'm not spoiling anything, but we are doing Pauper format, PAWP, like popsicle, Porcana, as it's sometimes also referred to. And so it will be commons and uncommons only. I've already built a couple lists. I've looked at a couple of things, and it's core constructed too. So it's only the early cards. And you know what happens? You're building the deck, and you're like, okay, I've got some of the components. Got what I need. This is starting to look like a good deck that I'm ready to play. Oh, you know what? I really need Maui Half Shark. You're like, oh man, you know it would be so great. This one key card that I can't have in my deck because it's a legendary. It's like you'd be surprised how important some of these rare plus cards can be to the archetype of a deck.
You got Surfer Maui, Snow Slider, 4/3 with Rush. He's a diet hero to all. And he can quest. He doesn't have Reckless.
What you really need is a direct line to Ryan Miller to be like, hey,
we have that.
I just need you to personally errata this card for me. And the only thing I need you to change is its rarity.
Here's what you need to do, Andy. You need to approach this from Kim's perspective. And what I'm doing right now is I'm going to the classifications here, and I'm gonna look up princess. And I'm gonna see what princesses do I have to worry about, because we know Enchanted Kim is the queen of Steel Song and her girly pop princess deck, and that is surely what you're going to be looking at facing. So we're going to have to get some well, I don't say princes because those synergize together, but like
evil queens.
Yeah, evil queens. There you go.
But it is 2-color core constructed, commons and uncommons only. So it will be
current rotation, right?
Yeah, current rotation, core constructed, 2-color, commons and uncommons. So that'll be really interesting. Hopefully I can bait some of the team members into helping practice with me, or at least Kirsten, who is also in this, and I believe her matchup is not the one being streamed. I can tell you that. It is actually Color's Law versus Lorgains will be the main event.
That's gonna be a good one.
And then Kirsten is playing against Default Dan.
All right.
Good dude.
Who I can only assume is like a bot. Did they get like AI or something, like NPC to play, and like the other opponent just didn't show up or something?
Lorcana.
I don't know. She's got this. It's easy, no problem. Not worried.
Can we spend a couple minutes here, like looking at her selection here? Currently,
don't give her any ideas. Don't give her any ideas.
Oh, no. She's got some good ones in there. She's got Eilonwy. She's got the Aurora to bring out princesses cheaper. Support Tiana, which I really liked from Winterspell.
Yeah, but you'd have to. You're too color limited, so you'd have to play like
she's got the 3/3 bell if she's running items.
Amber Sapphire or something like that.
Yeah.
And you said it's just core, so it's what's legal right now. So that's
bro, she can play Aurora, the 1/2 Aurora, the 1 cost, and then get out the Snow White a turn early. Fairest in the land, 2/2 quest for 2 and can't be challenged. So you're gonna have to run some hard removal for that. It's gonna be tricky.
Yeah. I looked at like Amethyst Steel again. Amethyst Steel looks really, really strong. You could do like a pretty quick build with that. A lot of really good aggro tools. Feel like that's going to be most of what everyone's doing. So it is going to be kind of rough. Like you said, you're going to need some sort of removal or whatever, and it's not easy to do. I wish
run those dwarves. Those dwarves look good from Wilds Unknown.
Yeah,
but I'm excited. Is it going to be streamed?
They don't though, because the it's a rare.
They really
the actions are rare.
Oh, the actions are rare.
And the Snow White is a legendary. So there's a lot of things. See, you just run into it and you're just like, oh no. I'm like, oh look, Pirate's Life. Pirate's Life is is allowed. It's an uncommon.
But I think if you're playing that, Sleepy's a must. He's a 1/2. Well, maybe not, because you have to have another dwarf in play to get the draw.
Pocahontas, the purple Pocahontas, super rare. Can't do it. There's so many of them. But I think Amethyst Chromacon is pretty strong. And then I tried to look at what some I could ramp, right? Like Sail and Tipo are available.
Yep.
So I can blurple it up. Merryweather 4/5.
It's gonna be fun, regardless of what you do. I can't wait to figure it. I mean, that's gonna be in the next week or so, right?
Right. Yeah. Removal is super limited. Thunderbolt is there. But you're gonna have to use cards like 3 Arrows, Firefly Swarm, stuff like that, which is really, really tough to do.
Yeah, but I mean, basically, you're kind of running in a lot of respects like a sealed without and restricted to ink colors. So it'll be interesting. I'm excited to see how it goes down. But as Brad alluded to, we are in episode 99. That does mean that our next episode is our 100th episode, and we are coming to you live. So we're really excited about it. We will be coming to you live on Friday
on YouTube.
That is June 12th, and we'll be there at 7 p.m. Central time.
Yep. Gonna be a blast. We always have a great time on our live streams. A lot of people come in, hang out, and we just there for the vibes, man. Celebrating great things. Like I genuinely can't wait to just reminisce in this journey we've had so far. We've had our 1 year, which was already special enough, but 100 episodes, of the podcast without missing a week is absolutely insane. And I'm so proud of everything we've done and can't wait to celebrate. So hope that everybody tunes in with us and has a good time.
Brad,
as well.
We do hope that, and we wish that, but unfortunately we can't promise that everyone will have good vibes, right? That's just impossible to do. Sometimes the vibes just aren't there. But we can promise, we can guarantee that if you show up, you will have a chance to enter a giveaway for an enchanted bell accomplished mystic. Is that it? Is it accomplished mystic?
Whoa! That's a gorgeous card from Fabled. That one? That enchanted?
It's this one that I'm holding right here.
Do I need to get mine out? You're not. Why are you not holding it?
Like,
no, I'm just gonna like.
I was like, why don't you always have them? Where's your giant binder of enchanteds?
Yeah, I didn't get it out in time. Brad's gonna try and get his out, but
So for our audio listeners, where Brad is scrambling because
I got it
unprepared.
Yeah, look at that purple blob.
It's beautiful.
It is a very gorgeous card, and we'll be excited to get that. But we also have more prizes, which we will give out on the live stream. But we don't want to give those secrets away just yet. Just know there's other prizes, and the main prize will be this enchanted, also, which looks gorgeous.
I'm working on the flyer now. That should be out probably before this episode airs. Games, giveaways, and good times. All right. We might even talk about the meta a little bit in there as well.
Listen, I'm just going to say it's a 100% fabulous time guaranteed. That's what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Let's move on to our next thing, which is that Sunday. It's the ROV Infinity event, Sunday, June 14th. It's going to be at Impact Gaming Center in Fairview Heights. So we do have details now for the event entry. And if I'm not mistaken, Andy, it's $20, right? That's the entry into the event.
Yes, I believe that is what we're agreeing to here. We're still waiting for, well, there may be a link in the description to the event, but currently we're as of recording, we're still getting worked on the event getting created. But we're gonna do $20 entry, and there's gonna be some cash pricing as well as a ton of there'll be cash pricing as well as augmented pricing from Rules of Villainy. We have some of the giant cards. You can kind of see the Stitch off to the right. That one won't
but not
be,
that one. Nope,
that one's
that
Kirsten's. One. But like that one, we have other.
Even
characters.
If it wasn't Kirsten's, Andy wouldn't part with it.
Yeah, so no, it's my favorite. So
yeah,
but similar to that, like the poster size, giant cards, plus cash for like performance in the event, but we will also be doing our patented ticketing system where based on your
trademarked as well, patented and trademarked.
Trademark.
Based on your participation and the outcome of the games, you will get some tickets. In fact, you guys are used to it now. The DLC copied us. You play a game, you get some tickets if you win, you get some tickets if you lose. You go put your tickets and the only difference is we don't have an unlimited supply of prizes, so you can't buy our prizes with the tickets. Instead, you'll put your tickets in, you'll have a chance to win some prizes. We've got limited edition playmats, some of the Ravensburger only exclusive playmats. We've got, I think, more enchanteds. We've got some special promos, right? We had we'll have a big card, at least one big card that'll be available through the patented ticketing system. We'll probably have some regular raffle giveaways as well, just for folks for coming out. Yeah,
we will also though be live streaming that event.
Yes,
which is really great, and we will also have, for those that join us on this live stream, a giveaway as well for an enchanted miss.
Just by watching.
Yep, just by watching.
Just watch the live stream.
You could just watch.
I can't play in St. Louis. I watch on YouTube.
Exactly, that's right. Yeah, if you just watch on YouTube, you will be entered. You can win a Miss Incredible Enchanted card. Isn't that great?
Like this card right here?
Exactly that card. Wow, that's so crazy that you had that ready and on your desk.
That's
amazing.
While simultaneously not knowing,
just by watching the stream. And you know what? Not only will I have a chance to win an enchanted, this is also an Infinity tournament. You said, right? And it's
That's right. And guess what?
Before the DLC,
after Dortmund, so we'll get all the information about Dortmund that'll be there, and before Indianapolis. Which isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy?
Crazy.
I know, my mind is blown.
The amount of information you can glean as a competitive Lorcana player heading to Indianapolis for the DLC from watching this event is literally priceless. Refund all of your metaphies to everyone except DKP.
Yeah.
He's
and I'll just say
friend of the
for everything else, there's MasterCard.
Yeah.
There is MasterCard. Well aware of that.
Yeah, go.
I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, no, never mind. It was stupid.
I was just gonna also say to you that weekend, just don't forget, for those that are interested, if you're in a select few countries, the United States is one of them, and I think Canada as well, there will be opening up the raffle system to purchase the Rapunzel playmat through Ravensburger, I believe that's the playmat that is
nice
coming out that you can buy exclusively through Ravensburger. It's the same system they use for all their other kind of exclusive items, so that'll be available
June 14th, 13th.
It is, I believe, June 12th is when it goes live, and then it closes on the 14th. Don't quote me on that. We'll have a link to it in our description below, but I believe that is what I saw. Yeah.
I'm just saying they should do that for all of these exclusive playmats, like the Woody and Buzz and Fable playmat. It's so fair. Agree. It's such a fair system, and I would feel so much better and be open up to more people who really, really want those, but
yeah, I'll be honestly, the thing I really get irritated a little bit about the current system, just to like lay it out, is that I like that they have stuff at the parks. I think that's great. They absolutely should. But the people that are going to go and get those at the parks are just turning around and putting them on eBay to resell them. It's just a whole bunch of resellers. So then I mean, it's just really bad for the Lorcana community, because the people that actually want those mats to play on and use have to like go through a bunch of hoops to try to get them, or pay
cheaply
3 times as much for them.
Okay. So hear me out. All right. Uh-oh. We keep the Disney World, Disneyland exclusivity, right? You could still line up for the playmat if you want. But in order to purchase the playmat, Disney hires DKP, Ed, Zach Bivens, Zan Syed, and the entire Rules of Villainy competitive team.
Yeah.
And you have to, we'll just set up stations. You have to beat one of us in a game of Disney Lorcana in order to earn the right to be able to purchase the playmat.
Yeah.
So there's gonna be like a little kid there. He's gonna be like, "Mom, that looks really, really cool. I like Woody and Buzz. Maybe I'll get into card games when I'm older." And
you know what's gonna happen there, Andy, is everybody
they're gonna be like, "Too bad."
Everybody's just gonna line up to play you because it's an easy win.
All right.
The mayor comes out firing.
They line up to play you. Oh wait.
The joke there for those that are listening is Brad's not on our competitive team, but to be fair, neither am I. So it is what it is. All right, and then if you're listening to this now, I'll just say tomorrow, June. What date is that? June. I can't do math. It's like 4th, 5th, 6th.
The 6th is the Saturday.
This is the Saturday. June 6th is the Saturday. We're doing the live stream for the Impact Gaming Center Set Championships. So if you want to see some core constructed going on, we know that Dortmund is going on triple as well, case. But we're really excited about it. It's going to be a triple case tournament for their set champs. And on that line is that gorgeous Woody playmat, in addition to all that prizing. We will be live streaming that event on our YouTube channel, and I also believe potentially on their Twitch channel, right? That we stream it on their Twitch channel as well. But you should watch it on our channel because it's
especially if you want to see the mayor and the entire top cut, because I'm taking that tournament down, baby.
So and
with a princess deck, right?
Like you said, Dortmund toys. Dortmund is the same weekend. We understand this. There's a little bit of a time difference, so that'll help fill out your calendar. But honestly, let's be real. You're going to DLC Indianapolis, right? So you need to get that Continentals, that Worlds invite playing Infinity. So you need to watch Dortmund. But at the same time, you love Buzz, you love Woody, you love Toy Story and the gang. You want that playmat for your collection. You need that. You've earned all the others. I mean, you're that good, right? Or you've just bought them on eBay. That's fine. But you've gotten them all, right? You have that collection on your wall. You have that comforter you've made for your bed out of all of the playmats that you've sewn together. You need to add this one to it as well. So what you really need to do is 2 TVs, 2 screens, TV, phone, that's fine. And you just kind of look at in the middle of both of them and peripheral it for both of them, and you absorb all the information at the same time.
Like
okay.
Steve Buscemi and Big Daddy.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Maybe.
Sorry, when you did that, the eye thing,
I'm like doing the eye.
That's what I thought of. Yeah.
But Yeah, one thing I'm really excited about this because totally forgot about this, but I found a picture of me when I was a kid, and it's my bedroom has like all Toy Story stuff. Like I have Toy Story sheets, I have Toy Story like a bedspread, like a comforter thing over it, Toy Story pillowcases. I was very into Toy Story as a child. So I'm very, very excited.
I was so into it that all of my toys said Andy on the bottom of them.
Yeah, really? That's fun. That's so exciting. Speaking of Toy Story 5 is going to be out in theaters, which you should absolutely go see in a theater near you. But AMC Theaters is giving out the Toy Story promo for purchasing a ticket. So if you go see it during the opening weekend, you can get that promo. And if you don't live in an area that has an AMC theater and you still want to go see the movie, that's great. You should do that. But you can also go to your local LGS because a lot of local LGS stores are having a pack rush promo where you buy the 2 packs, you do play a pack rush, and at the end of that, you will also get that Toy Story promo as well. So it's great that we have 2 options to get it. So I'm really excited that it's a lot easier to get this promo across the country because you can go to an AMC theater, and B, you can also go to your local LGS as well. So
participating LGSs.
Participating, yep. That's true.
Yeah,
that is
I'm
true.
curious to see how many there will be, and I would love to see the
one Disney World.
Yeah, I would love to see the AT&T versus Verizon coverage maps of like serviceable areas of AMC theaters versus like LGSs, let alone LGSs that are running the pack rush event. Honestly, like there's a lot of AMC theaters out there. This is not like Cinemark, right? Cinemark, there's like 12 in the whole entire US. It was like stupid hard to get them. But now AMC,
there are more than 12. It's just a more regional chain than a national chain like the AMC. But
is like
I get your
biggest
point.
Theater chain in the US probably. So like
yeah. I think honestly my hope
would make it accessible
is that in more rural communities, right? Where it's harder to get to a theater. That would be.
I thought you were going to say electricity.
So first of all, I want to point out the irony that I've been fighting, like the fact that they've been in Cinemark the last 2 theater promos was just terrible for us in St. Louis, where the closest one I think is in the Chicago area, right? Or further out east. But the irony that it's finally at an accessible theater like AMC during the weekend of the DLC. And I know all of you are going to go see it. I'm not going to be in town in time enough to go see it that Thursday night to get your promos. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm so happy for you guys. But the question I have for you guys, I haven't looked entirely into it. I assumed that every LGS that is in the OP program could do the event, but is that not the case? Is it just
sound like it could be only some of them participating?
Yeah, I don't think we know
LGS
at least as of yet, so I'm not really sure.
I hope that it's all of them. That would be
really great,
ideal. But you know what, Brad? Honestly, I'll have to talk to everyone else. But when we go as a group to the movie, and we get our 1 promo per party, and we all decide which piece we're gonna cut up and take. Honestly, I think we could probably let you in on a piece of the promo.
Oh, the piece of that 1 promo.
Yeah. Like there's already like
I'm gonna let you know though. That's not gonna happen this time. I will riot. I'll be like, I will be like, I want to speak to the manager. I will be full Andy's mom. Okay.
I want them to like hand the promo to the 1 promo to like Julie, and then Andy just be like, lore guide. And Vince comes charging up from the back row, like, hold on a minute. Every one of us gets these cards.
And we wait a minute, we want for the mayor who is unable to make it due to official government business.
Yeah.
That's actually technically true.
But all right. That's it for Underworld News. Let's move into Constituents Corner. Take it away, Mr. Mayor, with our first question.
Thank you. First question for you guys. Should I go to Dortmund? Deserves
Yeah, Harry. There's tickets
like
available.
3 days or a day from now when this airs, right?
Can we'll talk about this in the main segment. We should get through Good Situate's Corner, but bring this back up because I legit want to talk about that. That's a good topic.
I probably should have saved it for that. The reason we'll save it. Yeah, the actual first question comes from Ryan, our friend Ryan, asking, "What are you looking forward to playing post rotation?" You guys have any thoughts? Are you going to wait to see how it shapes out with the new set? What is there a color combination based on the cards that we have already? What's on your mind? Are you thinking about post rotation yet?
I'll be honest up front. No, I am not.
Yeah.
Not one bit. I am so focused on set champs at the moment. And I know our team is really focused on Infinity, so I've been keeping an eye out kind of Infinity stuff. But otherwise, I have not.
Yeah. I'm already playing what I like. I like the toys. I like Tiago's Dwarfs deck, the Amethyst Steel. How it's interesting playing Amethyst Steel again after all the complaining I've done for the last several sets, but it is a very fun deck. It's a gimmicky deck. It's a thematic deck, and I like the direction the game's going with these synergizing cards. Toys has been so much fun. I'm curious to see how that evolves, but I feel like we're just going to get more thematic cards, with monsters and everything coming out too. Maybe there'll be a monsters deck or something, but it's really going to come down to what the set consists of and what interests me the most, because I usually build my decks around a single combo or card that I really like and then see if I can be successful with it.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's really just important to we don't know what, cards are coming out. I mean,
yep.
I'll acknowledge it because I think Ravensburgers acknowledge it. Like, we do know that there are leaks there. We're not going to talk about them here. Yep. We don't allow them in our server. We wanted to keep that as clear. And honestly, I have really not looked at any of them, to be completely honest. Like, I pretty much
really hard not to with the volume of them, but it's
100%. But I just I want to wait. Also, I don't want to focus on that. But I mean, I really enjoy playing Blurple, and I'm really interested to see how that kind of shifts with rotation and the cards that are going to be rotated out and what cards can kind of fit into that niche. And honestly, I've been starting to pick up again Ruby Amethyst. I mean, I know, Andy, you played like a variant of that on Deck Tech Tuesday. I don't think all those cards are legal and will be legal once rotation hits. But I mean, I think it's a way to reset, and maybe some decks I really enjoyed playing will come back. What about you, Andy?
I think that it I don't know. I'm a firm believer that until we get the set and all of the cards, until I have the entire list of cards officially revealed from Ravensburger for Attack of the Vine, which will then trigger the rotation, then it's kind of just wasted effort in my mind. I mean, you don't go into the locker room before the game and the Super Bowl and ask the team are you guys excited for next season and the success you might have next season. What they're gonna be like, bro, what? I'm in the Super Bowl, what? So you don't it's not worth it to me. Whatever is good. We could talk about different cards that we think might shine post rotation. Vince talked about Blurple. I don't know if Blurple's even still possible or but Sapphire in general, ramp on 2 is gone. The earliest ramp you can do now is on 3. We're back to Mickey and I think some other potential
Mama
options,
Odie. Yeah.
Mama Odie kind of stuff, So it'll be fun, in my opinion, to have a fresh set of cards. I think that'll be nice.
We don't lose ramp on 2. It just changes 1 jump.
Oh, so we do still want but we don't have sale on Tipo.
We have, yeah.
So I think if we lost one of them, but we kept the other, if they reprint Tipo, they reprint sale, then I definitely think the game plan of ramp on 2 can continue with 1 jump. We've done it before in the past. If it's still really that valuable to go to 4, but we also lose a lot of the valuable 4-drops that we were going to with 100%. The ramp on 2. 100%. In Blurple at least, maybe, you know.
I agree with you. Right. I just wanted to us to be correct.
No, you're right.
I think there's a lot of power in having like that. I mean, just in this last couple of minutes, as I was thinking about, and this is something Jimmy touched on the episode, one of the episodes he was on as well, was that like I think there's a lot of power as if you establish a board with 1, 2, 3 with Mama Odie specifically being the third, because she's a 3-drop uninkable, right? Your 2-drop can now sing 1 jump and you get a double ramp off of it. So now you can, so it's that. I mean, it takes a lot of setup, and you're hoping for that perfect altar to
1,
do
2,
it.
3, 6, right?
Yeah, it'd be pretty insane.
It's not that hard of a. I mean, I guess you need Mama Odie and 1 jump and a 1 and a 2, right? So
or a 1-drop singer, is like Angel, like yeah. So if you're doing blue, now
you got to do a terrible combo like Amber, Sapphire, but you have to think the later in the game that you ramp, the worse it is, right? You've played decks with Mickey Mouse before. You play that Mickey Mouse off the top on turn 17, and you just like, cool. I went from 14 to 15 ink. Wow, that's gonna give me a lot. You really want to ramp as early as possible, which is why I think viable strategies that existed with ramping on 3 disappeared once ramp on 2 became prominent. Even there was a time when we had ramp on 2 and we had ramp on 3. We had Cogsworth, we had Mickey Mouse, we had Fishbone, we had all this, right? We didn't add rotation in until Fabled. So there was a time when Sail and Tipo existed and people were able to ramp and play Blurple and do all of these things that they're doing. But they also could have been playing Mickey Mouse and Fishbone Quill and going 3-5, and the ramp on 2 is better, right? Like I think that
right. Yeah, I mean, I think Infinity is a great example of this. You don't see a lot of 1 jump. You see a lot of Sail though.
Yeah, you get Sail
or it's in Tipo. You
Sail's just inherently better.
Sail Tipo because there's good 4-drops and stuff. But yeah, it ultimately, I'm not really looking forward to playing stuff. I am looking forward to playing post rotation, but there's nothing in particular because none of that stuff exists yet. And Ravensburger expects me to be able to win a world's invite at a DLC on Infinity while also winning the coolest set champs Matt sent Stitch at a set champs in my local area. So like clearly I got stuff on my plate, guys. Leave me alone.
All right. Next question.
Yeah, from Lucas, he said, Dogs had an amazing showing this weekend in both core and Infinity, but conventional wisdom suggests the deck is difficult to play. How do you think this will influence the metas going into set champs, Dortmund and Indianapolis? Do you think we'll see more players trying Dogs and doing poorly because the deck is hard? Do you think metas will adjust to hate Dogs out of the formats? Do you think every deck can tech against Dogs effectively? First off, gross. Dogs. But anyway, go ahead.
Well, I was going to ask Andy. So, Deck Tech Tuesday, Deck Test Tuesday.
Thank you.
You played Dogs. Kirsten played Ruby, Amethyst, and she beat you in best of 3. Yeah. And she's like, "Oh, I guess like we've got a deck that beats it." And you said something. You said, "Well, I'm not the best Dogs player." So I wanna start there actually about the how technically difficult is it to play Dogs well?
In my opinion, and I know this varies with a lot of people. A lot of people say Dogs is one of the hardest decks to play. It has a very high skill ceiling and a very high skill floor, meaning it's very hard to get into it. You have to be very good just to even be at the worst level. Others say Dogs is an easy deck, that it's just like an aggro deck. It's just like a play stuff and go sideways deck. Brad shaking his head. I tend to agree. I shake my head about that too. But I think it's somewhere in the middle. I think it does have a low skill floor. I think Dogs has a game plan that is relatively Like, you can win games of dogs by just playing cards and turning them sideways, or something not too complicated away from that. Especially when you're playing Chromacon, especially when you're playing Snowfort, when you're playing Dale, you're basically building up a board, playing a card that jams up your opponent, and questing everything. Now, as easy as that is, setting up that combo is where I think the skill ceiling comes into play. It's where, you have to navigate through the cards like Big Tramp, make the right decisions on what cards to play, what cards to keep, and deal with opponents' threats. Like, there are problems sometimes that get in the way of your plan, that you have to deal with them. And so I feel like, there is like I said, there's a very high skill ceiling on this. You have a lot of decision points to be made that can make it so that if you make all of these decisions right, dogs is incredibly powerful into a lot of decks. But at the same time, you can play dogs and just, like, I don't want to say accidentally win, right? Like, you can play dogs without much experience, like I did, and still take games off decks that are supposed to be designed to beat you. And you could say, okay, well, Kirsten hasn't practiced that deck. Sure, but, like, I don't know. This is the same way I felt about dogs for the past several sets. I practiced a ton of dogs last set leading up to that Louisville 5K we did with the team. And I won like something like 20 games in a row. Not to pull a Zan Syed here, but I went 20-0, right? And I'm like, this is a really, really good deck. And it's kind of deceiving, right? Like, I didn't have any experience on it, and I was still doing really well. And that was honestly a large part probably because the deck was just really powerful. And so you can do really well on it, which is where I think Lucas gets to this point, right? Like, do you think it will influence more people to play it? I think people can look at this deck and go, you know what? This seems straightforward, and not quite see the hidden decision points that would make this a winning deck, like, but still a very good deck for someone who, is looking to pick up a deck. It's also really cheap too, right? Like, isn't it really inexpensive?
Yeah, it is like I think like $40 or something like
40?
that.
I thought it was like $100.
I think it's like pretty cheap. Yeah, I mean, my take on it is that a person can look at this deck and basically just see, oh, this is like an aggro package in dogs, right? Because you get things like the Lilo, you have things like the Daisy, yeah. And you've got also Lady. So you've got a lot of very like key aggro tools, and you can see this in like when games are being played that you can really just play a handful of characters, turn them sideways, and win. So what I was gonna just say real quick is that I think what makes dogs particularly deceiving in the sense of ease is in certain matchups, right? And where that strategy necessarily of turning sideways, because you don't always get lucky, you don't always get those cards to be able to do more complicated strategies, really takes a lot of skill.
Yeah, the skill in dogs, in my opinion, after playing several games against several different players playing it, the most frustrating thing about it, sitting across from it, is when the player playing dogs knows when to turn things sideways. You can be sitting there at a board, looking at the board of all these low cost characters that are spamming the board with their one drop, their Willow on 2 with another one drop, and you know that the Tramp is coming to filter cards, or they'll have daisies out there, and you're like, wow, they could be at 10 lore right now, or they could just build up their board while they continue to make their Tramp cheaper to siphon through their deck, find that under the sea, and just set that up. So they're going to find all of the tools with the Della's Moon Lullaby, the new Mickey Mouse Traveler, I forget his title, but more on that later. But they'll just sit there, and as you're trying to find the answers to these boards, if you're not playing Ruby or Steel, they're just sitting there idle. And if you don't have the tools to exert them or something, they can just sit there, build up their board, and then finally wipe yours through a series of filtering their cards, finding Under the Sea, finding Della's Moon Lullaby, and then just quest a 20 in 2 or 3 turns. And it's like,
some of them don't even do that. Some of them don't even play
some of them don't.
They just play like a Chromacon or a Snow Fort.
Yeah, and there's different, and now the Snow Fort, we talked about that a couple of weeks ago. The Snow Fort edition of that is now the more primary one, but they have these tools between the Emerald Chromacon, Under the Sea, and Snow Fort that just has this extra layer of protection, and it's really really frustrating. And the most frustrating part is the card that everybody's talking about. It's that Tramp. But
well, I mean, you think about a card like Dale too, though. Just because a lot of these cards in that Dogs deck are actually like low strength, high willpower characters. And so when you play a card like Dale, like what, Tramp basically becomes a 7/7, right? Is that their
2/6 or 6/6? And Daisy's a 4/4. Get out of here.
Yeah, right. So a lot of these cards,
but Ursula as well, 3/3.
Yeah, so you get a lot of these cards that you can actually get a lot of value for when you need to challenge. But I guess the real question here, looking at Lucas's questions here that he's played, is do you think the meta will adjust to hate dogs out of the formats, right? And what can decks do? Can all these decks tech against it? I mean, we saw on the Deck Test Tuesday, man, that's really hard for me to say for some reason, is that Ruby, a version of Ruby Amethyst, it seemed to do reasonably well against it.
Yeah, she had the antidote for the Under the Sea, right? And the deck I was playing was essentially Mickey Mouse, Eleanor, Under the Sea. So the Eleanor and the Mickey Mouse, they incentivize turning things sideways. The Under the Sea is, hugely synergistic with the Mickey Mouse. And so ultimately, when she played that, I don't know, what's the gargoyle lady? Chip's
Demona.
So furious.
Elisa?
Is it Elisa?
Elisa, yeah.
The Ruby one?
Yeah, the Ruby one. Elisa Maza. It's the transformed gargoyle. So she is a gargoyle in this version. All of you gargoyle fans out there, get off me in the comments, okay? All right? Chill. Chill. I said gargoyle lady. She's a gargoyle lady in this art, all right? Your character's strength can't be reduced below their printed value. So that really shuts down the Under the Sea version of these decks. But I kind of like to feel, I would like to feel like, without, if I had just been playing like Snow Fort or Chromacon, or just also playing Snow Fort or Chromacon, or maybe the deck has Chromacon and I just never found it. Now I'm unlucky. But it's like, if I had any of the other two game plans, then that's still pretty nice. And apparently Elisa is also not great into a lot of other matchups, right? Nobody else really cares about shrinking your strength ever, really. She's a 3-cost 4/4, which isn't great, but she's just like a worse like Lexington, right? If you think about that, because you can't handle evasive characters or anything like that. It is inkable, you just ink it, but like he said,
why is the 3-cost 4/4 not great?
Well, just like a vanilla, it's all right. So it's not bad, but it's not like great. Like it's a good stat line.
Yeah,
I should say, but it's like, I don't want just a 3-cost 4/4, really.
Okay.
I would rather a 3-cost 3/4 like a Cheshire that has a Cheshire ability, or a 3-cost 3/4 or a 3-cost 2/4 that, no, Genie's a 4-cost 2/4, but
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Sorry, I didn't mean to throw you off. I was just like, you said that, and I was like, that doesn't sound.
But he
terrible.
says, do you think every deck can test tech against the Dogs deck effectively? Say that one 10 times fast. But I think they can. But I think one of the hard parts and one of the complaints a lot of the anti-Dogs the Dogs haters out there you know, I think it is a very complicated problem to be able to tech for dogs and also not under tech for any other matchup, right? You don't want to weaken yourself to other matchups.
Yeah. I guess one question we can end here is that what do you think's more valuable for a player going, into either Infinity or Core right now? Is it, should they really tech against, like, if they're not going to play dogs, right? They're not, we're not going to join them. They're going to tech for, do they tech for this and make their deck weaker against other matches, or just accept that, like, honestly, this is one of those decks maybe I can't win against if it's a really great player, but if it's not a really great player, I could probably eke out a win here.
I think, I mean, the adage is, like, at this point you play dogs or beat dogs, right? You have to play the deck that is dogs or play the deck that beats dogs. We saw, I think, Katie from the Lore Keepers Inn, shout out. I believe she posted some stats on the last couple CCQs that happened, and dogs was incredibly prevalent, or at least Amber Emerald was. And so, and I keep saying that, like, there are 3 different versions here. Teching for the Chromacon, the Snowfort, and Under the Sea are 3 different things that you have to tech for, essentially, just for this one color combo. But I think some of the results were as high as 30% of the field in some of those events, or maybe it was aggregate or whatever. But check out Lore Keepers Inn. Just go to all of her socials. I don't really know which one it was. You'll find it. Just subscribe to all of them along the way. But you have to be able to deal with that, right? Like, you can't just. I don't think you can concede to dogs. The days of hashtag dodge dogs are potentially behind us.
Any other questions, Mr. Mayor?
That's it for these. If you would like your questions answered on the podcast, please feel free to comment below in the comment section here on YouTube or Spotify, anywhere on the socials at Rules of Villainy, or join our Discord where we have the Constituents Corner channel.
All right. In our main segment here, well, first off, what's this going to Dortmund?
I saw a post today on Twitter about the capacity being less than way less than they were expecting for an Infinity event, and I was like, I wonder how easy, how manageable it would be to get there on like 3 days notice. Not that I want to, like, I certainly can't afford it right after a wedding.
I don't have a passport. The passport.
My passport's expired too. Yeah, so even if I could, I couldn't.
So literally, I'm the only one that could go.
Yeah, but I was entertaining the idea while walking my dog. I was like, wonder if would it be funny if I just go to Dortmund this weekend? But that's not happening.
Dude, you don't understand. The tweet I saw was 540-540-500-ish people signed up for Friday, and 1,200-ish signed up for Saturday. The 2 main events. This is those are both 2K caps. 500 person. Okay, let me put that in perspective for you. I don't know how they do things down under. Probably backwards, upside down, spins the wrong way when you flush.
Listen. Be nice to our Australian listeners and New Zealand listeners, okay?
Yeah. But 512 people. That's a nice round number. They're doing the same format they've always done. 8 rounds. No, 8 rounds. 6 wins. Moves on to day 2. 4 more rounds. Top 32. 512 players. After 6 rounds of Swiss, 2 rounds prior to the end of the day, guess how many people are going to be 6-0?
How many?
The answer is 8. 8 players. So then you have 2 more rounds of all of those X1s and X2s.
So basically, you have a whole bunch of folks ID their way.
No, 8 people are 6-0. What ends up happening is a ton of people miss day 2. And the day 2, which is normally like 200 or so people out of the 2,000 that then play 4 more rounds of Swiss, the day 2, you basically play 1 round of Swiss and then ID your way, right? Like, because instead of 200 people needing to be cut down to 32, like 50 people make it to day 2, and then they cut down to top 32. So
and
like it's just
listen. I just want to say that I got so much shit months ago on this very podcast for predicting that they would not sell out of competitor tickets.
Well, they did,
and I looked like a fool. I looked like a fool when tickets went on sale, and they sold out. And now I'm right, y'all.
Well, I
am George Costanza this, okay? I'm out.
I just, and what's crazy is there's no way to like split the events too. Like if the Saturday event has 3 times as many people, they can't just say like, hey, let's send half of them.
Oh, or send them to Friday.
Oh, everyone moves to, but these people bought tickets specifically for those days. So their travel plans are based around that. So they can't just be like, okay, you're playing on this day now. Like there's no flexibility there.
Because a 500 person and a 1,200 person event is a lot worse than one 17 or 1,800 person event. Like I think that would be much, much better.
And that's got to be a testament to the format, right? Like a lot of people aren't really enjoying Infinity.
I mean,
I mean,
maybe
it is hard. I think hard to 100% nail that down, but sure. I would say,
I think
overwhelmingly, I think it has to be the format. Nobody seems. Well, I'm sorry. I'm sure. Like, I don't want to say nobody. If you enjoy it, I'm excited for you. But nobody that I've really spoken to, right, in the Lorcana community, seems really, really excited.
We have people in our Discord that are excited for it. I know Nick over at Lorcana Collections, big Infinity fan.
He's been killing it. He's been banishing it. Yeah.
He's been banishing
because he's good at it.
So I'm just saying the people that I've spoken with, and listen, I've talked to other folks
doesn't roll with that crowd, those Infinity enjoyers.
No, but I was just gonna say, it's like I've also talked to folks too that are like they're just writing this DLC off. They didn't even try to get tickets because they weren't interested in the particular format, right?
And that's where I'm at as somebody who's passionate about this game and put so much of my life into it.
You didn't write this off. No.
What? No, I'm going. But like,
DLC.
But I'm not like, I am not trying at all. Like I'm going to take a deck and I'm going to have no expectations because like the pool of cards is just too massive. And then the combos within Infinity, with only 1 card being banned. I'm the person who was thinking as we approached the Infinity event 6 months ago, I was like, surely
ban all the cards.
They're going to make a ban list, all maybe 5-10 cards or something. They didn't do anything. They left Hiram on there and that was it. And I'm like, so nothing, this is just thousands I don't know how many cards are in Disney Lorcana. I probably should know that, but a crazy amount. 67,000 in 12 sets, 13 sets. That I don't even know what set we're in number wise. I think it's 12, but just
somewhere
it is 12. Yeah,
it's just overwhelming my brain to even try to build something competitively because I'm not even that person at core. Like I understand the game and I'll find a deck that looks interesting and tweak it a little bit, but like I can't sit down, look at these cards, let alone thousands of them, and be like, this is the deck that's going to win DLC Indy. You know what I mean? Like
I'm drafting Brad onto my team for Indianapolis. I call it now. He's being humble. He doesn't practice as much. He's gonna walk in, get that golden Mickey. Gonna get that golden Mickey.
That would be the epitome of a Cinderella story. But a Cinderella story is usually somebody who's trying. I'm literally going.
winning his top 32 match. It's like, I don't even play this game. I don't even know what's going on.
I'm literally going because I love this community. I love
you
this
know
game.
how nervous Brad would be though? Like,
oh god, yeah.
The mayor built this deck in a cave with jank.
You know that meme or from Airplane where he's like just drenching in sweat down his face. That would be Brad in real life if he got into a situation like
every match gets progressively harder, and if I'm in top 32, I'm playing the likes of Zan and Karsten and Aiden and all those good players that are just gonna, like, I would be more nervous knowing the person sitting across from me than I would be like I get in my own head. You guys know me. I overthink everything, and then like it's just gonna be too much pressure, and I'm literally just going for the vibes.
All right. Well, it's really interesting, I think, and my maybe prediction here will be is that the folks Disney Lorcana will think about how this all went down. Maybe there'll be some surveys they put out. That'd be really great. But we may end up having only one main DLC be Infinity. That may be the results of all of this. But I think it's still an important format. And listen, if you enjoy it competitively, listen, I'm not here to yuck your yum. Like, please enjoy it.
Yeah.
These are just my opinions here. But let's talk a little bit about Core Constructed. All right. So last week we talked about Infinity. This week we're going to talk a little bit more about Core Constructed. So, Brad, we talked a lot about Deck Test Tuesday, but I want to ask, any decks stand out to you that you covered in the meta report?
Ironically, the one I want to talk about is the Infinity one. Let's go back. I forget who was the my work mind has just got me like my like seriously mush. My brain is mush if the listeners can't tell. But Nick's Infinity deck was absolutely insane. The other two were Travis, our friend Rudros, was on a set 11 Emerald Sapphire, and then Link is on Blurple at Manicore, getting the job done in that regard. So this week, they were all interesting decks. The ones that I've been most fascinated with have been Amber Ruby toys. I did play against Josh, our friend at Game Night, who was playing Ruby Emerald toys, and actually we both split best of 3, I think, between the two of them. And he was doing some wicked stuff with RC Car and Baby Head and all these, and the Queen of Hearts shift line that was interesting until the Horseman still takes care of the 2/5. So that was interesting, but I really like the dwarf deck that Tiago built from Podcana. I have a lot of fun with that. Justin, our local friend from Snuggly Duckling, is I found his I don't think he knows this, his Ruby Sapphire control deck as I wanted to play the new Kita. So I built his deck from Dreamborn. I know, I wanted to try it, and it's probably the worst. It's like the worst card in the deck because I don't know anytime that I can play her, like I might get 1 or 2 ramp off of her if I'm shifting her early enough, but like I don't know what else to do with her. Like I haven't played enough games with her yet to find if she was really, really useful or not. But the control aspect of it, it's just a Maui Shark control deck, and it's not the action one with Robin Hood. But it's got a lot of fun cards in it, like Heads Will Roll and stuff for removal with the Horseman, and some other really, really low cost actions to get the lore off of the Shark. But some neat play lines in there. But I'm still probably just leaning heavily into toys for the few set championships that I'll get to do. I'll probably take toys, of course. Amber Ruby
toys.
Yeah. I'm a Ramber believer. Yeah, it's been so much fun to play, and I've had a lot of guidance from Humble and a lot of the Amber Ruby army, their own Discord now, between him and Wonderful and a bunch of other Ramber. I keep saying Ramber. I think I just made that. Somebody's probably said it before,
Ramber
but I've said it twice on this podcast. So that's what I'm going to call it now. But so many other Ramber believers. I can't talk anymore, guys.
Ramblevers. The Ram
the
Believers.
Benadryl is kicking in. Rambler Believers.
No, Ram Believers.
No. Yeah. But yeah, that whole play line, it once when it hits, it hits really hard. We all know what the new Woody does. The 1/5 shift on 3 brings out any two. You draw a card when you quest for 2, and you can play a 2-cost character or less for free upon doing so. Most of the time, you're looking for Rex to come out and protect that Woody because he is only a 1/5, which he also makes him very susceptible, of course, to Under the Sea. So you got to be very, very careful in that matchup with dogs as they're setting up to try to set up their stuff. You got to be very conscious of what you're putting on the board. Do you shift Woody at this point, knowing that Under the Sea is likely in hand and things like that?
Bare necessities, though, right? You can play bare necessities, or you could play the new one. What's the new one?
What the new one? Mowgli?
Hit me with it. No, there's Mowgli. That's the old one, but there's a new one too now. Timon.
Oh yeah, that was a 3-cost. It's a 3-cost Ursula, right? Oh, and then in Ruby or in Emerald, the toy binoculars does it too, which was also killing me when playing Josh on Monday night.
Yeah. But that's not in your toy deck, is what I'm saying. You're worried about Under the Sea. You just play some, play some Mowgli's or play some, bare necessities or something like that. Easy.
Yeah, I probably should tech that in. Well, the one thing I do know that I need to tech in for the Ruby Sapphire matchup specifically, and maybe a little bit of Blurpo, which I haven't had a whole lot of problems with, is the Pumpkin Horseman Strikes. Because if Maui Half Shark makes the board when I'm playing toys, there is next to nothing I can do unless I can get him isolated and play a Sid on one of my toys, right? So I think the Pumpkins need to come back. I'll put my deck list in the description below for those who want to follow along. But what I've been playing with mostly, it started off as Humble's list from this set. He's got a Metafy guide on it and everything.
It'll be in the section right below decks not to play at your set championships in the description.
Yeah. Sure will be.
It's fun. It's fun.
But I've also played against other when I went through a couple weeks ago on the Dwarves deck. Jason out at Manicore was playing Ruby Amber toys as well, and he had Jingle Joe teched in, which is a great evasive tool that I could consider as well. But he also had the Dale, which that Vince talked about in the Dogs deck, which I didn't know Dogs even played Dale. Up until that point, I was going to ask you about that at some point if we continue talking about dogs. But Dale in the toys deck, I kid you not, when he dropped a Dale with 2 shifted Woodies on board, those are now 6/6 Woodies.
5/5.
No, 6/6 because they give each other an extra willpower.
Oh, they give them extra willpower.
Yeah, because they're toys. Yeah, so it was absolutely disgusting.
Toys get extra. Okay.
Yeah, so
2. You have to have 2 though.
You have to have 2, yeah. Otherwise, Woody's just a 5/5.
There's one time I played all 4 Cogsworth, and that was pretty cool. I'm just saying, like when the scenario like that happens, like it gets a little crazy. Like
Cogsworth, we're giving everybody
I have
all the
double
other
Lumieres. Now I can't get Under the Sea because both my Lumieres are also Under the Sea proof, and it's the toy deck is really cool. I feel like it is a deck that it has like this spider web of lines that it can hit because everything is basically a toy in it. But when you boil it down, it really has just kind of like one line, which is like me play toy again, me play more toys, like just like lots and lots of toy. Like you just have to like flood the board. And then obviously you have the basic decisions of a Lorcana game, quest and challenge and whatever.
It's got some neat intricacies too. A lot of free stuff. You banish a toy on your turn. If you have a baby head out there, you get to draw from it. You get a free frog that comes out 2 cost. It's a 2-cost card that comes out 2 ink cheaper if a toy is banished on your turn. You can do a lot of lore manipulation with the pterodactyl Janie doll. With Sid is the king of the deck. And what was really interesting in the matchup against Josh, where they were both specific toy decks, was that Sid, on his card, the way he's printed, anytime a toy is banished on your turn, either side of the board, you get 2 lore. Yeah. So if you're playing up against another toy deck, you can really manipulate, really swing your lore in your favor in really, really fun ways. Jessie is an all-star in it as well. She allows a lot of strength reduction for all the 2-coster toys that come out. Allow you to trigger a Jessie for -1 strength on a chosen character, so that enables a lot of horseman stuff with your free toys, right? If you get a free frog out there, you get a free hand in the box out there just by bottoming a toy from your discard. Those are all Jessie triggers, and then you can use your 5 ink or use a ham to make it cost cheaper to bring out the horseman and take out a threat that wasn't in that strength range of being horseman struck by the horseman. So
you could play 3 hams, exert them all, play the horseman for 2, which now allows you to use Jessie's ability to minus strength, put that in the bag, pull that out of the bag first, use that on your opponent, then take the horseman effect out of the bag, throw that, banish something.
Is that how that would work? Do you have to resolve the horseman before you resolve Jessie?
I think when it says when you play this character, you may blah 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 blah. So it like puts that in the bag, right? And then Jessie also says whenever you play a thing, do a thing, right?
Yeah, so I guess it would all be in the bag.
What we should really do? We should probably find someone who's like a lore guy and to be on our podcast with us and like answer these kind of questions.
We got the fun guy. We got the competitive
available?
guy. Can we get a lore guide?
Yeah, can we think Googly's available maybe?
Yeah.
Speedy, is he around? Judge Phil? What's going on?
I think you're right.
Oh, Vince. No, Andy is right. Yeah. Because this is like a simultaneous thing. So when things happen simultaneously, they all go into the bag at the same time.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'll be honest with you. Maybe a hot take. The bag can sometimes be really confusing.
It can be. Yeah.
You get one of those nice bags that Julie makes. Yeah, put all your dice in them. They're not very confusing.
Yeah, every trigger that you have, you just throw into that bag. We'll have physical manifestations of our bag triggers and put it into an actual bag.
Could you imagine? Let me pull out a 2,000 dice that have each ability on it. Hold on, which one was that?
Yeah, it's like little tokens that are LED screens. They're little screen coins, and you just like tap the card and the RFID chip.
Right in the card, just triggers the.
It says okay
because that exists.
Ability, throw it in the bag.
That's my toy deck so far. I'm really liking it. I have fun with it. Really good matchups most of the time.
I think we can spend some time talking about. We spend a lot of time talking about dogs, but I think it's a question you asked about. Does dogs play Dale? The answer is yes, they do. But
dogs
Andy,
does what
do you
they
want to
want.
elaborate?
Dogs does what they want, bro. They run this town, bro. This is a dog mafia.
How many Dales did you run in that deck that you played on Tuesday?
I don't know, a couple probably.
Oh, you had at least 2 because they both got banished in a quickness.
Kirsten made the deck, unfortunately. So I don't have a copy of it with me, but. Yeah,
was Dale in any of the championship decks or any of the big like winning decks? Because I was looking, I was like, what is he talking about? I haven't.
Yeah, I would imagine so, right?
Okay,
we got a
like.
What do we got?
I looked at all the ones at CCS, and I didn't see Dale in any of them.
CCQ Birmingham, CCQ, ETB, CCQ. Here we go in Canada. The Canadians.
That one. Yeah.
That's the one with all the dogs. This one had the number 1 deck from Josh, who won. He had 2 Dales in his deck.
Okay.
This was also Infinity, though. This was not core. We need a core event. CCS was a core constructed event.
I didn't see Dale in a single one of the CCS decks. That's why I was confused. I was like, does dogs play Dale? I understand the value in it. When Vince explained it, I'm like, yeah, Daisy, Ursula, Tramp is now a 6/6. Like big bodies on all of them make big strength. So I don't see why not throwing Dale in there, but the deck is doing just fine without him. So I don't know why throwing him in would what it would do when its singular game plan is to just flood their board, wipe you out, and then just quest because you can't do anything about it. But that would be extra. Can't do anything about it with Dale out there.
I guess it depends on what you want to do. I think you're right here. None of these really have Dale in them, which is kind of interesting. Some of them even running Woody RC. It's running. This is like a toys deck. This is just an Emerald toys deck. This isn't even like dogs.
Well, there is one. There's this the ETB Redemption Arc Core Constructed 5K.
Okay, yeah, that's day 2 event.
Yeah, the winner of that has it. But yeah, a lot of these decks aren't playing. A lot of the core decks aren't. It does really seem to be something that is more common in Infinity, and I actually kind of wonder why.
Yeah,
but it actually does seem at this this last CCQ here, there were more. At least the ETB event.
Oh wow!
The second
Luke, DLC winner Luke and friend of the mayor of Lorcana, played Amber Emerald Toys. It was, I guess, a Snow Fort deck, if you really want to say that. It's got 3 under the sea, 3 Snow Fort, Big Tramp, but then it's got Alien, RC, Woody, Buzz, Jesse,
Buzz has got
Lady.
He's got to be in there.
Jesse and Woody.
Yeah, Buzz is without the shift. He's just a 3/3/2 cost that Nani can find. So I understand that one. Yeah,
but that's an interesting core list. I thought the strategy was just keep doing the same thing we've been doing with good 1-drops, Willow, Nani, all or Willow, 1-drops, Tramp, find the piece that wins it for you, either the Under the Sea, the Chromacon, the Snow Fort, the Mickey Mouse, the Dale, even the whatever it is, because you could build the deck a little more around Dale, right? You could play Nalas, right? 0-4 Nalas, and now Dale becomes extra good as well.
Little John's
is another option.
Yeah.
So
I think a question I have for both of you is so you don't want to play dogs, but we know dogs is very prevalent in both core and Infinity. So in core this weekend, you're going to go to your set champs. You don't want to play dogs. What would you tell a person to play instead?
I mean, it really depends on what you're going up against. Obviously, like the right answer is whatever you're most comfortable with and stuff. But
if you're expecting a lot of dogs, I would expect something Ruby.
If you are expecting a lot of dogs, Amber Steel kind of works a little bit. They're not bad against dogs, in my opinion. I think they do decent. This Ruby Amethyst tech with that anti Under the Sea stuff. I don't know how that will work against Chromacon or Snowfort. But you have access to tools, like the Headless Horseman and things like that. You have decent characters there. So I personally, I think Blurple probably the best deck. I am not expecting a massive influx of dogs in my area. I think a lot of the players in our area are very skilled players, and they know that they can win even if they aren't playing the top deck. I mean, we've had players that have won set champs with like Ruby Amber boosties. We've even had
if I could have put that in an envelope and sealed it before you said it, I would.
We've even had we had someone win like a Scar set champs with like a Ruby Amber like Mulan strategy, like just some crazy jank that's just like way out there. Like Ruby Amber does heat in our area apparently, right?
I like Ruby Amber a lot.
I know you do, Brad. That's the joke. That's the joke.
I know. I was gonna add more to it, but now I don't want to because you're mean. No, I'm joking. No. I forget what I was going to say already. Oh, going back to your Amber Steel. I mean, that's always a solid thing. All the removals song based, but I feel like Amber Steel is one of the if you're not finding your songs, I mean that board between Angel and Vanessa and Troubadour and whatever else that comes out, they're all susceptible to that Under the Sea too. So like they're not long for the world as they find their tramp and they're filtering through their deck. The reason why I say Ruby is just that hard removal of if you're running the Sisu, which I was running all last set. That Sisu worked out great. You got access to grab your bow. You got
Firefly,
yeah,
terrible.
Firefly, yeah, I found in that
it's
Sapphire Ruby
terrible.
deck that yeah. But what I wonder, here's a question for you guys, and I know Andy's just going to say because it's a terrible card, but I was thinking about it today. I forget why it came up, but why is none of the Ruby decks who are facing decks like dogs playing? And you think I'm going to say Spooky Sight? That's one question because I really like Spooky Sight. But why aren't they running Ghostly Tail, which exerts everything with 2 strength or less? It's a 4-cost inkable action that would allow, with a Ruby Amethyst, especially building a board 1, 2, 3, and then playing Ghostly Tail. Well, you should have stuff on board to take out their 1/2s and their 0/4s at that point.
Yeah, suppose yes and no. Like for one, it's a 4-cost action that does diddly squat, right? Wouldn't I rather just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Demona, right?
If they didn't find Tramp already, because they're going to be one ramp ahead of you with the trees and looking for that Under the Sea and whatever else to reduce the strength of your Tinkerbell and all that stuff. But
I think
if they're running,
it's not a terrible line, but it requires the 1, 2, 3, right? And if you don't have it, it's pretty worthless. I just really don't love the ability that you can't sing it, like that it's an action, doesn't draw you a card. It's also completely negated by Snowfort, essentially.
Sure.
Because it like boosts. I mean, I guess not entirely in dogs because they're 1/2s and 1/4s and stuff like that. So you could still exert all of those, but
until they play 2 Snowforts.
I'm disgusted by that.
Basically, it's a variable window, but there is a small window of time where the dogs' decks don't want to be exerted. They say, "Hey, don't exert me, bro. Don't exert me."
Yeah. I know. And it's frustrating watching them just build this board and not do anything with it.
And so exerting them is an answer, but only during that specific window. Whereas, removing a card is always an answer all the time, right? Like, if they have one card and they're at 19 lore and you have to get rid of it, B-Prep works. If they've got 15 characters on the board and they won't turn any of them sideways, B-Prep works, right? So, like, exerting only works with, I think, too many conditions, essentially. A big one being you have to have all of the characters that you want to challenge theirs. But the other big one is that they have to have not gotten to a point where they want to exert anyway. And they're like, I don't care, bro. I've got 2 Snowforts down and a, Dale, and I've got a 1, this is a 4/4 Daisy with resist 2. So 4/6 Daisy, quest for 2. Oh, you got a character off the top. That's so good for you. Congratulations. Your 4-cost Merryweather 4/5. Like that'll hit for a lot 3 turns from now when I've already won the game. Like sheesh. So it's just,
yeah, it was just an idea. I was like, Ghostly Tale seemed like a card that maybe Ravensburger thought was going to be a good counter to decks like dogs, but it never found any place in any of these Ruby decks. I mean, for a while, Ruby wasn't finding a place in the game at all, just because there was no reason to play it other than enjoying the color. For it's starting to come back. We just saw it win Amber, or not. I need to stop talking. The Ruby Amethyst deck that won over the weekend. So
played the Elisa.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Elisa's good. Yeah, I like Elisa.
Yeah.
Elisa's bad and everything else though. Nobody else cares.
Sure, I understand why she's played. Yeah, and it's just another example. I mentioned it last week or the week before that like these promo cards, like they picked Elisa for a reason, or not just Eliza, but all these cards, I feel like when these promo cards come out in the OP kits, they're like, we have plans with this card. And like, this is a card that people are going to consider for this kind of scenario, right? Where strength reduction is incredibly important to us, a single powerful deck's game plan. That a card like Eliza needs to exist. And we'll give people a lot more access to it if they come to our shops and play our games or play our game because it's a promo card, right? So that's just a theory of mine, but.
You say that, but then here I am looking at my like pile of 1 cost 0-4 zipper promos, or
hey, let's not be digging on zipper.
We know Vince loves zipper.
He's trying. All right.
Who knows what's going to come in the sets to be, because he's going to be legal for the next 5 sets, or however many sets. So we'll see, because he's got a really cool shift line.
What about you?
Any last thoughts on the core constructed?
Have you given yours?
Well, I don't really know that I have any at the moment, because I'll be honest, I've been playing Blurple quite a bit. That's the deck mostly I've been on. Been playing around a little bit with Ruby Amethyst. I like them both, but it's in some ways just kind of hard to know what the overall local meta is going to look like, because I think Andy's right. Like, the thing is like, if I'm taking a deck here, I think there's going to be a more wide range of variety of decks, so I don't have to be nearly as concerned, I think, with something like dogs. But you go to a major tournament, like if I were going to a CCQ or something, I think I would then have to either join the club of dogs or really have a deck that I knew that was going to do well against dogs, knowing that it might make your deck a percentage less good against some other matchups. But
Vince, I just want to say that, in your advanced age, I don't know that really you should be putting the brain power and effort into something like dogs. So I just, looking out for you, I just want to make sure,
Listen, I just want to be clear. I've taken the test. I have passed it. I have aced it. Nobody has a mind like I do.
I didn't know you were going to go that route. I thought you were going to say, hey, I've technically aged out of the demographic.
Right, Vince, game, so. Is this a pen? Is this a pen?
I have one question. One question before we do move on, since we are live streaming the Set Championship at Impact Gaming Center this weekend. Tomorrow, if you're listening to this on drop day, it's going to be big. It's a triple case event. It's going to be a lot of fun. We always have a good turnout. What deck do you think in this core constructed Set Championship is going to win?
It's a good question. That is a good question. Probably dogs.
I'm going to say Blurple.
Blurple's a really good one. I mean,
I'm probably playing toys.
Vince,
so
Vince,
that's what I'm
sure?
picking.
I was gonna say, I'm not playing in the event. I'm casting with you. So, like, are you sure you want to pick Blurple? Best Blurple player in town ever since Brad retired after it became meta.
I'm gonna stick with Blurple. My prediction.
The irony is, I wasn't expecting Andy to say dogs, because literally 5 minutes ago he said that we don't have a big dogs meta here, but we do have good dogs.
No, we have some really good dogs player.
Yeah, we don't have a lot.
Yeah, we do.
A lot of dogs. Like you said, Vince said a big event will have a lot of dogs. Our events probably won't, but the ones who play it are going to be very successful at it. So, yeah, I think they're good picks, and I'm just picking myself, whatever I play. So,
sounds good to me. All right. Let's move on to everybody's favorite segment, or maybe just mine. Villain of the Week.
Take it away, Vince.
Okay. Apologies to Gantu. We have a 4-cost uninkable Mickey Mouse Expedition Leader 2/3. What?
Uninkable? You said uninkable.
Did I say it was uninkable? I said, I wasn't prepared to read it. Okay. I usually pass it off to Brad. So we've got Mickey Mouse Expedition Leader. He is a 4-cost inkable card, 2 strength, 3 willpower. he is a Dreamborn hero, and he's got 2 abilities. He's got Long Journey. This character may enter play exerted, and Secret Path. While this character is exerted, whenever one of your other character's quests chose an opposing character gets -2 strength until the start of your next turn. And Mickey Mouse Quest for 2, and the art is by Lisanne. I am not even going to try to pronounce that last name, but I'm just going to say Lisanne K.
Say Lisanne. Yeah.
Lisanne. Lisanne. There we go.
Yep.
See? All right. Yeah. So, Brad, you really wanted to talk about this card. So
I want to talk about this card last week because I was seeing it pop up in a lot of dogs decks, and the ability, the one thing that frustrates me the most about this, Ron, our friend Ron, Team Snuggly Duckling, I played him last week at game night, and this card came out and just destroyed me because he plays it exerted. The ability, Long Journey ability, to make this card come out exerted with a wide board that we've talked about all episode of dogs, allows every single one of those characters to quest, give your characters minus strength, so you can't even challenge into them. It opens up the door, as I was talking about earlier, where they don't turn their card sideways, but now they have a tool to turn their card sideways extremely safely, unless you have some kind of rush or something to rush in and take out just one of them. But bringing this card in exerted, questing 3 or 4 other characters is just absolutely gross. And then on the turn where they find their Under the Sea, they've filtered through their deck with a couple tramps or just one. They find their Under the Sea, and this card is still alive and sideways. They just quest everything that they don't need to sing that song with, reduce the strength on your characters at 2 strength at a time, and basically wipe your board that way if they don't have the lullabies and all this other stuff. So this card came out of nowhere. This, of course, is a set 12 card. It's a brand new card, but wasn't seeing a lot of action at the beginning of the set. But now it seems like it's in every dog's deck, and it is making its way known. I wanted to talk about it last week because I thought we were on the cusp of something, but it's showing this week. This and another card, very, very powerful tool to just enable more of all the crap that dogs does. And
wild how unknown it was, right?
Very good, very good. If I had a symbol here, I'd give you a rim shot.
But so it basically fits all of the, it marks all the check boxes for dogs, in my opinion. The fact that it can enter play exerted, Long Journey, which, by the way, Mickey Mouse, I feel you, boy. I feel you. Sometimes I arrive and I just want to be exerted, and I'm just like, you know what? I arrive exerted. Sorry, guys. It's been a long journey, but the fact that it can come into play exerted means you can use it immediately. So just like Snowfort, just like Chromacon, it's something that you've built this big board, and then on your turn, boom, surprise, this was the card I had. Dale is another one where as soon as you play it, its effect is immediately there. You can play it, and it immediately enables all of this. And then, you're talking about, Brad, like it's surviving and then you're getting tramp and then you're using Under the Sea. No. You do it the other way around. You tramp to find this and Under the Sea. So now, who needs to find a Della's? Before you were like, oh, I need like 3 Della's because like they've got a bunch of big characters. They got double Calhoun or something. No, you don't need to find all that. You need a Mickey and you're Under the Sea because you've played the tramp. The tramp's gonna survive. And then the next turn you play Mickey, it enters exerted, tramp, quest half of your characters, tramp and something else sing the Under the Sea, and that's like beating a dead horse a banished horse at that point, I think, because like you've already gotten the ability to minus everything they had and say you can't challenge me next turn anyway. And you Under the Sea them, so now they're like gone forever, and it's like, and this happens every turn. So every single turn, you quest this first, quest everything else, minus it a bunch. I mean, like it's one of those tools that works really, really well with Under the Sea, just like we've seen with Heads Held High. Kita is another big one we saw in the past that would work with Under the Sea. This is a pretty interesting one. It's inkable too, which means you can just, it's uninkable sometimes depending on.
Whoa, hey, listen. But yeah, I have no notes. Honestly, I agree. I think it's a good card. It has basically, kind of a variation of the Sapphire Coil ability a little bit, except for, you're doing it a little bit different, but the effect is very similar.
This effect is better.
Arguably like way better for sure.
Questing's easier to do, and it's until the start of your next turn.
For sure. Yeah, because you can do it each time you quest a character, which is
it opens up the door too. Like I've been playing Horseman for the last 2 sets. I've been playing a lot of Ruby, and when this card comes out, if I'm looking at that and the Tramp, it's a really tough decision based on what's still in my hand and what do I expect that they have. If they have Under the Sea, I don't know, because every time he quests or that he's sideways, you can't challenge into him most of the time because whatever you have on your board is going to get negative. Minus strength based on how many people they actually do quests. So I have to come out. I remember specifically playing Ron and being like, God dang it. Do I Horseman the Mickey Mouse or the Tramp? Which I think I probably ultimately went with the Tramp because eventually I'm going to be able to take care of this one. But that just 7 cost out there so early is just crazy. But but yeah,
I mean, honestly, you really like only answer here is either some sort of hard removal or rush character, right? To prevent to deal with this early on.
Yeah, it
or
depends
just multiple characters. It very much. But the anti synergy there is that the Horseman does boost up everybody's strength again when he does banish something. So you get a little bit of it back. So it's not that big of a problem. But it was one of those things where they were both out, and I wasn't used to seeing this card. I'm like, oh crap, which one do I do? Because this card is super annoying, but so is Tramp. So
I was gonna say I could definitely see a board where you do the Horseman, it boosts everyone, you're able to take something out, it boosts something else, then kind of snowballs, and because now everything is sort of getting boosted a bunch. But at the same time, Horseman is buffing 1 strength, Mickey Mouse is minusing 2 strength, right?
So it takes double the effort. Yep.
But depending on this Mickey Mouse is great, but it also requires a wide board, right? Like you have to have some of your opening lineups to be able to play enough characters. You have to be able to keep a decent hand size. You have to have built up a decent board to be able to quest, to be able to give the -2 to everything. So maybe they have a few less characters, so they quest a few, and they say, okay, well, we're gonna minus your big characters so that they're all down to like 1, or but you've got a couple that are still at like 1 or 2, right? They gotta pick or choose. So it's I don't know. It's a really interesting card.
Sounds good. Let's Brad, talk to us about the artist here.
Artist has 23 cards in the library, maybe a little less because the Scar promo from Risper, there's a couple reprints, but 3 Enchanteds, the Baloo from set 10, which is a really pretty card, the Mirabelle Madrigal also from set 7, I think, Musically Talented, set 7. And then Restoring Atlantis, which is one I actually have. I got that from a trove at a local Target. But Elsa, it's not our first time talking about Lisanne's art. We've talked about Elsa the Fifth Spirit as one of our former Villain of the Weeks. Ursula Deceiver, who also has the D23 print in the box there. So, but lots of good, fun, villainous cards in here. Jack Parr, another super rare from this set, which is a lot of fun. We'll talk about that maybe another time, a deck that I found that is very, very interesting. But if you want to see more art by Lisanne, please check the link in the description below. We'll have it for their Instagram.
We hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you're joining us on audio, please rate and review us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.
And if you're joining us on YouTube, be sure to like, subscribe, ring that bell, and do not forget to watch all of these live streams coming up. Put a lot of effort into them. They're going to be really awesome, and I don't want you guys to miss out on the awesome vibes that Brad has legally promised to you, and Vince has offered to guarantee.
Listen, Andy, I was just gonna say, if they've made it this far, they're a super fan.
Yeah.
Put me in the booth. I'll bring all the good vibes. But we understand your time is valuable, so we appreciate you spending some of it with us. If you'd like to follow along as we plot our devious plans, you can find us on all the socials at Rules of Villainy. We also have a growing community on Discord, which you can join with the link below.
Till next week, stay safe, fellow villains. Be wary of wannabe heroes who want to disrupt your villainous plans. And as always, remember the rules of villainy.